This is just another bodyweight leg workout you can do from home. It's gonna absolutely crush you. I'm pretty sure you'll be limping tomorrow, but you won't know until you try it. So let's get it. First one up, we got wall-assisted good mornings. I'm using a wall because I don't have another person, I don't have a sofa. You do good to put your feet under something like a sofa or something like a cupboard, anything like that. And I would do better if I had shoes, but I don't have shoes in sight, so I thought, you know what? Let me try it with socks, worst case scenario. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna push the feet against the wall. Make sure you're pushing against the wall. You're gonna lean slightly forward. You're gonna maintain 3/4 the way up the whole way through the movement. And what you're gonna do is still maintain that forward lean. You're gonna push back. You're gonna come up and squeeze. You're primarily working the hamstrings here and slightly the glutes. Targeting that very hard to get to posterior chain here. Really squeeze those hamstrings. Think of a hamstring curl when you come up. Think of like a Nordic leg curl. That's one set, not even to a failure, and I'm sweating. That is gonna really burn your hamstrings. And like I said, that posterior chain, really hard to get to with just body weight, but that's gonna make it a bit easier. You're gonna feel that burn. So now we're gonna emulate a leg extension and hit those quads. So we want the feet about hip width apart, probably just shy of hip width. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna lean back, and what's gonna happen is your butt's gonna come down, and you're gonna thrust up, squeeze the quads. You're gonna hold for 3 seconds here, 3 to 5 seconds. You're gonna push back. Make sure you keep that back lean. The more you lean back, the harder the contraction. That's another tough one. Breaking a bit of a sweat here. But again, hamstrings, quads, next again. Some more hamstrings. Goodbye mat for this. You need a slippery surface. You also need some socks. If you don't have either, you're not gonna go very far. So what you wanna be on your back, hands down. You wanna put your head down, make sure your head's down. You wanna be on your heels. You wanna hips slightly off the floor, but tense those abs at the same time. All you're gonna do is come all the way out and squeeze, so sliding hamstring curls. This burns. You've probably seen this being done before. I'm telling you, keep those hips up. This is seriously effective. Okay. You're gonna feel it on your glutes quite a lot as well, and make sure you go out till your legs are fully straight. Some people even suggest going out till your legs are fully straight till you're actually on the floor to begin with, just to practice that eccentric portion of the motion. When the concentric motion happens, I find that when you combine the two, it burns like never before. You get a full contraction of those hamstrings, and I promise you, if you've never got a hamstring pump before, you're gonna get one today if you do this workout and follow it to the end. The next one you've probably seen being done plenty of times. This exercise has been rinsed and rinsed over and over again in terms of it's bad for your knees, it's not a great exercise, it's not effective, but I'm here to tell you otherwise. So if done correctly, if you've got enough of a lean back and you're not impaired anyway in terms of flexibility, in terms of movement, which I hope you're not, make sure, remember, to do my mobility routine first. I've stuck it above at the beginning, but in case you haven't, rewind. Anyway, a sissy squat. So a sissy squat's mainly gonna hit your quads, but you're gonna feel this pretty much everywhere, all down your core and everything else. You want your feet a bit wide and hip width apart. All you wanna do is, you wanna go on the toes, you wanna go as low as you can, lean back, keep those hips extended, and up. Okay, ideally, you want to even go a bit lower till the knees are pretty much touching the ground. If you can't do it, if you can't get that low, do not worry. Start with partial reps. So just start by just going down to about there and back up. If that's even too much for you, that's why this chair's here. So what you can do is you can hold onto the chair and just lean back and up. Just do those partial reps, get those partial reps in. It's going to feel a bit hard on your knees because the quad, remember, supports the knees as well. So as long as you're keeping that forward lean, you're not leaning forward or rocking back and forth, you're not going to damage your knees, you're going to strengthen those knees. It's a great exercise for the quads. And now, on to the final one, because I've got to start training calves. Okay, so if you made it this far, last but not least, we're going to do calves. Calves are seriously important. As you can see, my legs look ridiculous because I have 0 calves. When your arms are bigger than your calves, then you've got to start worrying, especially when you're 6'4". So you want to hold a wall squat, the isometric portion. Your feet will be about shoulder width apart. What you're going to do is your head against the wall, your hands just relaxed by your side. Make sure your upper back's against the wall, and make sure obviously your butt's against the wall and you're not leaning away. So you're in a squat position. I wouldn't say go just above parallel, and what you can do is you're going to flex through the calf, through that gastrocnemius. This angle allows you to get far better contraction. I actually found this exercise when I was researching on how to grow my calves from home. But this is a great exercise. I can't remember who to credit, but all I know is it burned and it left my calves in pieces the next day. So if you've come this far, it must mean you either enjoyed it or you hated it so much you want to see the end of it. Either way, give the video a massive thumbs up, smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button. One workout, one exercise selection every single week, or some tip about training from home. Anyway, like, subscribe. If you want to check out more of my day-to-day life and a bit different content, go on my Instagram, AdamScottFit. And until the next video, keep pushing those limits and don't forget to grow those calves. I won't be.